Disconnect the dryer from the wall outlet. To run the motor direct, you need to make a test cord like this. To make it, take a cord and strip the two ends. Apply solder to the ends and flatten the ends so they could fit the female quick disconnect terminals. Follow the blue wire coming from the motor to the thermal fuse. Disconnect the blue wire and connect one leg of the test cord to the terminal on the wire and use electrical tape to insulate the connection. Follow the white wire coming from the motor to the timer. Disconnect the white wire from the timer and connect the other leg of the test cord to the terminal on the wire. Use electrical tape to insulate the connection. Set your multimeter on the lower scale to read ohms. Connect the test cord to the wall outlet. With the motor running, take a reading between the red wire on the terminal block on the right side of it and the red wire coming from the motor to one side of the heating element. The reading should be close to 0 ohms when the motor is running. If the reading is infinity, the motor switch is bad and you need to replace the motor. Disconnect the dryer from the wall outlet before proceeding. Remove the lint filter. You could cover this hole with a piece of rag to prevent anything from falling into the blower housing. And remove these two screws. Stick a flat screwdriver between the top and front panels like this and pry it out. Put your fingers in between the top and front panel to hold it in, then do the other side. Now you could open the top and lean it against the wall. Grab the belt and push it all the way to the back. Use the corner of a putty knife like this to disconnect the door switch. To be able to remove the front panel, you need to remove these two screws. Go ahead and remove the screw on the left. The screw on the right. Careful with the sharp edges on the front panel. Drum with your left hand. With your right hand, pull the panel forward. Disengage the panel from the holding clips on the bottom. And take it right out. Now you can finish removing the belt from around the drum. Lift it to disengage it from the rollers and take it right out. Remove the belt and the idle pulley. Now you can replace the motor. Start by using a flat screwdriver to remove the clamp next to the blower. You will need to use a 7/8 of an inch open wrench like this to remove the blower. Put the wrench on the blower and lean it against the drum roller like this. Clamp a vice grip pliers on the motor pulley like this. Hold the wrench with your left hand and turn the vice grip clockwise to break loose the blower from the motor. Continue turning the motor shaft clockwise until it's unscrewed from the blower wheel. Remove the open wrench. Use a flat screwdriver like this to remove the motor clamp on the front. Around and use a screwdriver to remove the motor wire harness from the motor. Turn the motor shaft clockwise to make sure that the motor is free from the blower wheel. Push the blower wheel back with a screwdriver. Stick the motor shaft into the blower and set the motor on the bracket to the motor. Push it all the way in and turn the motor clockwise until it falls in place. Turn the motor shaft counterclockwise until the blower wheel starts turning with the motor shaft. ⅞ open wrench and clamp the vice grip pliers on the motor shaft. Hold the wrench and turn the pliers counterclockwise to tighten the blower wheel to the motor shaft. Remove the pliers from the wrench. Tie the blower in place. Drive it to drive it in. Use the same technique to install the one on the front. Now all you have to do is put the dryer back together. Before you install them, take a wire brush and clean this track real good. Are going to ride underneath of the drum on the groove. Make sure that the two drum support rollers are riding underneath of the drum on the groove. Put the drum in place while you work. Align the screws on the baffle with this hole. To this screw. It should be about 8 inches. Take a piece of coat hanger, make a hook on one end, and bend the other end at 90 degrees. Unscrew 1/4 inch out. Between the screw and the back panel like this. In place so you could install the belt, the idle pulley, the front panel, etc. Place the belt around the drum. This with the flat surface to the outside. If you have it this way, then you have it the wrong way. Make sure grooves on the belt are facing the drum, okay? Place the idle pulley grooves, then hold it with your right hand. Place the belt on top of the idle pulley like this and push it through with your finger. Grab the belt with your right hand, push the idle pulley with your left hand, and place the belt around the motor pulley. Place the idle pulley on the two grooves on the right hand. Put the belt on top of the roller and push it through with your finger. Grab it with your right hand and with your left hand push the pulley and place the belt around the motor pulley like this. When you install the front panel, you have to hook it on the bottom hooks like this. Go ahead and hook the front hooks like this. The drum is going to ride on top of this felt. like this. Screw in the two front panels, the one on the left and the one on the right. And tighten the baffles. Check the rear. Not in place like this. Stick a flat screwdriver between the seat and the back panel. Turn the drum around clockwise a couple until you have pulled the seal out and the seal is sealing properly. And tap on it to lock it up in place. Secure the lint filter housing. Remove the rag and put the filter in place. That was a way to take the drive and put it back together again. For the best place to buy replacement parts online, visit Repair Clinic. When you buy parts from Repair Clinic, you have 365 days from the day of purchase to return the part for a refund or for a replacement. You can find links to Repair Clinic in my website.